Hello, everybody, and welcome again to Weekly Inspiration. Those of you who don't know my name is Eliyahu Jian. Some people call me Rabbi, some people call me Mekubal or Kabbalist. Depends how you know me. So, enough talking about me and my ego. It's time to talk about the lecture. And it's important lecture, Vayetze. You know, when you hear about the word Vayetze, what is Vayetze? It's very similar to Lech Lecha. Very similar, because Lech Lecha meaning Avraham supposed to go for himself. But Vayetze, meaning it's initiative that you do. Vayetze, Yaakov, Yetze, is getting out of himself. Why does he need to get out of himself? I mean, I'll give you the very simple basic. I mean, those of you know the father of Yaakov is Yitzhak. Yitzhak is the left column, Gvura. Gvura is a very powerful light. Yaakov's mission was to reveal the center column. His grandfather is Avraham, is the right column. So to create this three-column system, you have Latzet. That's on a spiritual level. On a physical level, many times people try to get out. You know, many people like to go out for a trip, for a vacation, for a restaurant, for what else is out there. To go out. But the truth of the matter is that to go out is to get out of your normal type of behavior. That's a true avodah. For that reason, the Mekubalim, the Kabbalists, believe that the main thing, about a person is how the person is dealing with midot. Somebody hurt you, what do you do? Somebody make you angry, what do you do? Somebody make you jealous, what do you do? Do you control your midot? Why is it such an important to control the midot? Midot mean attributes in English. Because in the moment that you control your midot, then your Torah that you study, the spirituality that you study, becoming almost like a fuel for those forces that you just created called the midot. It's called midah. Midah means measurement. Measurement. So measurement meaning kli. There's limitation there. So once you create those kelim, you have to be mashpia orot elem. That's the limud Torah. That's what you study. Because sometimes people ask, Eliyahu, I know many people who study, but they don't change. Because the change has to happen with midot. Let's say if you work on kas, let's say anger. For the whole year, work on one midah, just anger. And promise yourself, I will never get angry this year. I don't care what happened. Or jealousy, or kavod. Let's say a person taking themselves, I'm not going to receive kavod from nobody. I'm going to give kavod. I'm going to give honor to people, but I'm not here to receive honor or pride. And a lot of time, I hear it from many rabbis and many mekubalim and many people who study Kabbalah, because, study Kabbalah is, one chacham told me one time, the wisdom of Kabbalah, if you want to be a teacher of Kabbalah, you need to know you will be alone. So why do I need to be alone? It's because it's a very lonely group of people, Kabbalists, real Kabbalah, not just simple explanation. Talk about the real deep Kabbalah, what they teach in Tikkun Zohar, Talmud Sefirot, Kavanot. It's not a lot of people brain, nothing to do with wisdom. It's you need to be connected. So not everybody belong in that arena, and it's not. When the door is not closed, there is no God there. Everybody can come in because they're not going to last if it's not for them. So what is this Vayetze? How do we change? Is a change meaning I'm wearing a new jacket, buying a new house, walking better, walk on my six-pack? This is all physical. So it cannot be the change. The change is to be spiritual. And there is a story about the Rambam, the Maimonidist, as an argument with the philosopher about is there is a real change by animal, because he compare human and animal to be one, that philosopher. So it's the same thing. You just need to train yourself to behave better. And the Rambam, Maimonides say, the change has to be from within. And only human being has the free will to change and to maintain that. An animal cannot do that. So of course the philosopher, who was a very smart guy, said in front of the king, I would like to meet and make a bet here in 1 year or 2 years, whatever the time take, that I'm going to prove to you that I'm going to take a cat from the street and train the cat to behave as human. And the Rambam said, let's meet him, whatever time you name it. So they named the time. They have a big party. All the wise people was there. That some were Muslim, Christian, Jewish. Everybody was there. And the Rambam. And the philosopher come in with an entourage of 20 wise people around him laughing at the Rambam. And they come with the cat. They see the cat is dressed like a human being with a tuxedo, walk into the dining room. And of course, the people with the Rambam start being worried. And the Rambam tells them, no, don't worry. So look at that. He was able to change a cat, the way the cat dressed. So of course, the table was full of beautiful fruit and mashkaot. And the cat was like a waiter, like garçon. And the garçon, the waiters was walking around, the cat, and giving the food. And then the philosopher stand after 5 minutes, says, so Rambam, as you can see, I won, because that cat changed. And Rambam say, can I have my turn to prove you wrong? And the philosopher say, go ahead. And the Rambam opened a box. It's a wooden box, beautiful. And he opened the door of that door, and the mice came out. All of a sudden, the cat lost her job. No longer waiters, no longer garçon, no longer tuxedo. It was one thing. I have to chase that mouth and bite it or find it. What is the story here to explain to us? Many people on a spiritual journey start to believe that they really change. But when push comes to shove, some anger management situation, or any issue come to their life, or sadness come to their life, or something that they cannot fully grasp or understand, and they usually work on themselves for 5 years not to be control freak, the control freak will come out because they never change. Yes, the dress with the tuxedo. Yes, the manners were unbelievable. Yes, they wear makeup like, whoa, where did you do that? But that's nothing to do with the pnimiyut. We are mekubalim, bnei mekubalim. We are Kabbalists. That's what we teach here, Kabbalah. Kabbalah has to do with the pnimiyut, with the internal, not with the external. Is external can project on the internal? Of course. Once I'm going to teach you how to read people, I'm going to teach you how from the outside you know what's inside. But that's part of it is a gift that I receive from Hashem. And part of it is something I can teach. The part that I can teach, I would love to teach you that. And I would invite all of you to go to a course where I teach you how to read people. 5 minutes, you're going to file the person you're talking to. From time to time, I'm getting wonderful people send me pictures of workers they're about to hire. I'm sitting there and I'm going to the face, the palm, the astrology, and through that I can tell them in 5 minutes if to hire that person or not. Now, can you trust me on that? Well, the proof is in the pudding. You have to try. Vayetze, my friend, we talk about Vayetze. Are you in Vayetze? Are you trying to change and you struggle? Or are you one of those who believe that you did change? And where is the respect of others? If you are in the second level, that means you have to work on the midah of kavod. Depends where you are. And that's what the parashah is about. And that's why it's called the Sulam. We have the dream. With Yaakov Avinu, dream about the Sulam. Sulam means ladder. Yaakov is seeing the angel going up and down the ladder and he's watching what is a Sulam? What is that? The commentary by Rav Ashlag on the Zohar, the most famous commentary called a Sulam, the ladder. Because for each person, understand different level. Depends. If you go up, you will understand something more. How do you go up? Let go of the kavod. Let's not go of this need to be right all the time. Let's go of your fear too. Hashem is the control, not you. You're never going to be in control. I'm sorry. You're not the creator of this creation. There is creation. There is creator. You can call it God. You don't have to call it God. Whatever you're going to call it. But there is creator. Creator, creation. You are creation, I am creation, there is a creator. The creator is the boss, the creation is not the boss. The creation can say, I have a creator, or the creation say, I don't have a creator, up to you. But Vayetze is to start, first get out that you are the boss. That's Vayetze. You are creation, but you're not a creator. Can you be a creator within the creation? Yes, of course. You can create a lot of wonderful things, but be careful. Remember that while you're creating, you're never going to be a creator within the creator himself. You can be creator within the creation. Meaning you can create cake within the form of creation. But the ingredient of the cake, why it worked that way, that's only come from the Creator, what we call Tzimtzum Aleph. So Vayetze, you gotta get out. You gotta get out of the you, of the me, of the selfish, of the I need to be right. I know better. Yes, you do know better for these 5 minutes. But you have no idea what's gonna happen in 1 year. Neither in 6 months, neither in 1 hour. You have no idea. You have no control because you are creation. You are a paint on the wall. You are a canvas. So is that mean I should be just passive? Chas v'shalom. That's why there is mitzvot. You have mitzvot aseh, 248. Lo ta'aseh, 365. Hashem is giving you 613 mitzvot where you can be the creator within the creation. But more than that, slow down. This is not your arena. That's the master arena. Now, if you understand that, then life is full of mercy. If you don't understand that, then life has to be with judgment. Not because you've been punished, because you don't know how to enter the arena. 613 pipes of energy come up and down. Now, does that mean somebody who's doing the 613 mitzvot will not be sad? I didn't say that, because there is another lifetime. If in another lifetime you damaged, you did something wrong, and sometimes this life will be the time to pay for it. So you might be born poor, or you might be born without recognition. It's all okay, because it's part of being in this lifetime. But just recognize, I am creation, and there is a creator. Once you don't recognize it, it's over. Sometimes I see, in the shul, I pray in a wonderful place called Safra. There's a wonderful rabbi, wonderful community. And sometimes I pray in different places, depends where I travel. And you see this beautiful thing that you see different between people. There's people who are very mechubadim, very important, very rich or famous, or I don't know what the name to put it there. And they're able to manage that. And there's people who lose their mind when they're getting too much money, too much fame, or too much that. What's the difference? The difference that once the creation starts to become perfect, you might give credit to yourself. I give you an example. I don't know where you live. So let's say you live in London, in the worst area of London. You have a bed to sleep? Yeah. Do you believe that you create that bed and that house and that money to buy that bed? If you did, then unfortunately you are separate from the creator and you're busy with the creation. Creation is dinim, is judgment. And that means you cannot get out of creation. That's an easy test because when you are poor, you understand that a blanket, it's a gift from creator. Yesterday at the merit, we were looking for poor people to give them a gift in the winter. And the shul I belong to, Safra, to give those bags to give to the poor. And they asked if there is volunteers to carry them to poor people. So we took 2. One was easy to give, but the second, we couldn't find poor people to give them. So I was worried. I said, before Hanukkah, it's embarrassing. So if you see my family, we look weird. We look into the street of New York for poor people. And last night we found, finally, Baruch Hashem. It was a poor person who refused even to receive the gift from me. I think I said last lecture. So we found that poor people with so much appreciation. So the idea, when you give them that, you are for them the creator. So be careful. Once you give them the bag, they think of you the creator. But because you give them a creation that comes from the creator to you, to Safra, to the rabbi, to you, but be careful, disappear from your gift. Like, this is a creation I do for you. I want to do for you. And I want to make your life better because you sleep in the street. I hope one day I will have more money, so I will have the whole building and I will start putting people into different apartments and shower and everything like that. Be'ezrat Hashem, may Hashem give me all the parashah in the world so I can manage it in a way that I can help people. But for now, that was nice to get the bag, blanket, something to wear. And Vayetze is לצאת מהמחשבה הזאת שאני בורא. לצאת מזה, להיזהר, זה גאווה. Ego is a bad thing, not because manners-wise it look bad. No. Ego is a bad thing because you disconnect from your essence. You disconnect from your goal in life. And it's really humble. Me and others who do so, when you understand you are not the creator. That's why you see sometimes rabbi who go down to the people to hug, to kiss, to shake hand. How are you? How are you doing? And there is rabbi who their style is more to be on top of the bima. Nobody talk to them. They're very important. Nobody should bother them. There is different style. Nobody is worse or better because I don't know what's going on in their head. Maybe they want to go down, want to impress everybody is the creator. And they want to stay up, say, I'm ashamed of myself. even to say hello to people because they're way better than me. Depends. So sometimes from what you see is not really what's going on. That's why there is, what happened in a machshava? Do you feel like a creator or creation? If you feel like creation, then you're always open-minded. Somebody come and tell you you're wrong. You said, okay, maybe you're right. Tell me, where am I wrong? And you're open-minded. Why are you open-minded to be wrong? Because you're not the creator. You are the creation. I hope you hear me. Anyway, let's get into the Zohar. I'm going to start with the section, okay? With the section of the fear of sin. So I'm actually taking that section from Ein Chet in the Sulam. Ein Chet in the Sulam. Rabbi Chia patach ve'amar. Rabbi Chia opened the discussion and say, and again, when you say patach ve'amar, open, what did he open? מה, יונות החוכמה? דברי העוונות גברו מיני פשענו עד דכברם. מקרא זה קשה. This section is hard. כן סופו ראשו ואין ראשו סופו. Why is it hard? Because the pasuk said, דברי העוונות, the words or the act of sin, גברו, become stronger מיני פשענו, more than our crime, and you will forgive us. That's what we say to God. So the Rabbi Chia says it's a difficult verse. I don't fully understand it. שמתחיל בלשון יחיד, it starts with a single tongue, and then is מסיים בלשון רבים, and end up with a plural tongue, with many. So why David say that? אלא דוד ביקש תחילה על עצמו, because King David asked for himself first, ואחר כך ביקש על הכל, then he asked for everybody. So we need to understand. אמר דוד, say דוד המלך said, אני יודע שבעצמי שחטאתי, I know that I sin. אבל כמה רשעים בעולם שהתגברו עליהם חטאים עוד יותר ממני. I know I sin, but there is so many others wicked people that did worse than me. הואיל וכך, because of that, אני מפחד, I'm afraid. הוא מבקש לי ולהם, and I'm asking forgiveness for me and for them. פשענו אתה תכפרם. Our crime, you will forgive us. והטעם שהיה מתערב מפני ריבוי החטאים של ריש העולם. Why was he afraid from the חטאים? And the Zohar continue בפסוק עין ט' סולם. בורא, בשעה שיש הרבה רשעים בעולם, there is a lot of wicked people. מה זה wicked people? What is that wicked people? Meaning, people who only think about themselves, like our generation, unfortunately. We all think about ourselves. זמן עצוב. You know, זמן עצוב. You can work on the food, you can work on the sex, you can work on the pride. It's all day long. You know, it's all day long. We are in the temptation generation. שיש הרבה רשעים בעולם, הם עולים עד אותו מקום של ספרי רשעים נפתחים. Those wicked people go all the way up to where the רשעים, where the wicked people, you know, are, meaning that if you remember in Rosh Hashanah, there's 3 books that open, books of רשעים, books of wicked, book of tzadikim, and book of benonim, book of righteous, book of mediocre. But what does that mean, go all the way to that book? שהוא הנוקבה דזעיר אנפין נקרא ספר, this is the book, כמו שאתה אומר, דין היטיב ספרים נפתיחו ועזבו ספר שהוא נקבוד היום בן דלף כמו שבגן בסיבת הדינים. אבל כן היה דוד מפחד שאבותיו לא נגבו וגמו את הנוקבה. קשר להם כפרה ואמר לי ולהם אתה תכפרם. So for that reason David didn't want to activate that book because for example when you are makpid, when you are judgmental, when you are meticulous, when you are angry with people for the right reason, then for the right reason they go up to the old book, the file in heaven, and they say, this guy deserves help? Is this guy deserve money? Does he deserve a good relationship? No? Take it out for him. But why? Because he judged another person. So we're going to judge him? That's a way to work. Hashem tzilchani yademinecha. God is like the shadow. How is that connect to Yaakov? Yaakov ke'en ze. Why was Yaakov afraid when he say, ואנוכי לא ידעתי, after he wake up from the dream, when he saw the angel, why he was afraid? אולי יחטא, maybe he will sin, ובסיבת ריבוי הרשעים בעולם, and if he will sin, and there is so many wicked people out there, יגיע פגם הנור והוא כבר, he was afraid that his sin will go all the way up to that book, to that female, ומשום זה לא האמין בהבטחת השם שניתנה לו, for that reason he didn't believe what God promised him, ואל תאמרו שלא האמין בהשם. It doesn't mean he didn't believe in God. He didn't believe in that promise that it will be belong to him. Because if you see the promise, I mean, I hope you read the parashah before you come to hear the lecture. You look at the promise. Like Rob Royd always do that. Learn from Rob, one of my students in LA, God bless his soul. Rob is always read the parashah before as much as he can, and then he go listen to my lecture. And this is a great tradition. You should follow Rob, reach out to him. He can teach you how to study. Because what Rob accomplished in the last 5 years, I teach thousands of people. I never saw a student who actually climbed that far. Sometimes I get jealous from you, Rob, if you listen to it. I mean, I'm very impressed. Like, how do you do that? God bless you. So, do not say that he didn't believe in God. He didn't believe in himself. and he was afraid, maybe he will sin. And together with all the sin exist in the world, it will cause for himself never to come home with peace. Of course, it doesn't mean home like home we think. Home meaning to be the shlemut, to come shlemut to Eretz Israel, to come to Israel. Israel is the home of every Israelite. I mean, that's the home. You need to know where you belong. You belong in Israel. For some reason, I didn't yet merit the zechut to live in Israel and teach for Eretz Israel. With the help of people and the help of God, one day I will have the merit to have a place where I teach in Eretz Israel, to have a place where I can study in Eretz Israel, to have a place where I can pray in Eretz Israel. I mean, that's up to Hashem. והשבירה תסור ממנה ועל כן לא האמין בעצמו. That's why he didn't believe in himself. And he continue. And he say, if you look at the pasuk, he say, והשם אלוקים, כי אתה דין אני צריך לשמור אותי, שעד שאפו לבית אבי, כי להכניע הקליפות צריכים להערת עצמו. So what did he say exactly? He say, I need, right now Hashem tried to give me mercy and blessing, and then God promised me all of it. But truly what I need is protection from doing something wrong or doing something bad. Because a lot of time you mean well with what you do. But you're not good at everything. You know, if you put me in a place where I need to organize my home for Passover, I'm going to do a lot of mistakes. Not mistake of halacha, but mistake of, I don't know how to organize it. I don't know how to organize things. It's not my thing. And it doesn't make me less or better than somebody because of my gift or because of where I'm at. You let me sit in a room and read everybody, how many reincarnations they have, what happened to the soul, what is their tikkun, what is the last sin they did. I can see that. That's a gift of Hashem gave me. But if I need to organize the Passover, I don't know how to do that. So Yaakov was worried. Hashem is giving him promise, which is chasadim. He said, I don't need chasadim now. I need dinim. I need to check within me. It's a limud for us. Again, let me explain it again. I want to make sure it's clear. So Hashem, if you look at the parashah like Rob does, you see that the parashah say that Hashem is promised Yaakov whatever he ever can dream about. It's a good idea. But Yaakov look at it, right now I need dinim, I need judgment, I need to protect myself. Like a klipa, like the shell is protecting the fruit. I need judgment around me so the klipot will not come closer to me, so I will be safe until I will go back to my father Isaac. And the lesson for us, my friend, it's a very important lesson, is a lot of time when somebody compliments you or somebody give you a gift and all this and that, you fall into the chasadim and you enjoy it. First, you have to check, are you protected? Do you have around you enough strong and strength to protect the mercy that you have? Okay, so just remember that. So that's why a lot of time we meet people that look rough and tough, but actually they are totally chassid. They are chassid inside, but on the outside, they have to be tough so nobody can enter that chesed. That's metikut. That's metikut that there is. So how do we get there? How do we get to that Vayetze? How do we get to become like Yaakov? Because Yaakov is receiving all the gifts. No, that's Vayetze. He's getting out of the ego. Oh, let me enjoy the ride. In many the tradition and opinion, Yaakov didn't even enjoy those blessings. He actually kept them in the Garden of Eden till the Mashiach will come. So just to let you know, this gadlut of Yaakov, just to appreciate Yaakov. So what is the two naim, the two condition for revelation like that why Hashem didn't reveal? So I will start with one that will be shocking you a little bit. And I'm going to backward to Memchet. Okay? Memchet of Sulam. It says, V'ki Yaakov HaKadosh Bachir Shebaavot. We know Yaakov is sent to call of the most important from our father, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Nigla alav Hashem b'chalom. So Hashem is revealing in the dream. I mean, Avraham, Yitzchak, his grandfather is the son. You know, what a lineage. I mean, Chalom, he has to go sleep and then he revealed. We know Chalom is Nevuah, is a prophecy, but it's a lower level of Nevuah. דהיינו בית אל, הוא revealed to him in בית אל, שהוא בארץ ישראל, שראוי להשארת השכינה. שכינה supposed to reveal in ארץ ישראל. Only in ארץ ישראל the שכינה can be revealed. לא ראה את השם אלא בחלום, only dream. הוא משיב אל יעקב לא היה נשוי. You want to know why he couldn't do Vayetze yet? Why he couldn't do the revelation yet? He was not married. Shocking! Getting married! Getting married! Most people tell me, I tell people, so why you guys don't get married? You're 5 years together. I do great wedding. If you need me as a rabbi for the wedding, I can do it in a Mekubal way, like the Mekubalim. And they say, no, we don't want to get married because a great romance can be killed by marriage. But romance without marriage is not a romance. Because there have to be dinim verachamim. Now it has to be judgment and mercy. Judgment is a frame. Mercy is the joy. The joy of the marriage or the joy of the romance has to have a frame. Otherwise, klipot is coming in. So he wasn't married. When somebody is not married, היה פלג דגופה. ויצחק היה חי, יצחק was alive. ועוד לא הגיע הזמן שלדוב, על כן כתוב בו חלום. So two reasons Yaakov couldn't see. First, his father was alive, and his father is the tzaddik of the generation who received everything as a prophet. Second reason, he was not married. Somebody is not married, man who's not married, cannot receive all this life. So when you see a man who is married, always give him a respect. You have to remember that. A man who is married, always give him a respect. Especially if his wife is tzaddiket, his wife is righteous, his wife is spiritual, and this man is very special. That's how you know. You look at the man, you look at the wife is committing to the Torah, committing to the spiritual life, committing to Bnei Israel, committing to Eretz Israel. Right away, respect that man. Immediately. Look at the wife, respect the man right away. Be like the gufa, because ביצחק היה חי. So he said, ואם תאמר, הרי לאחר שנעשה איש הכתוב וירא בחלום. But after he got married, say that it was revealed in the dream. הנה שם המקום גרם שהיה בחוץ לארץ. Say, no. That was Padan Aram. That was a different place. In Padan Aram, you cannot have revelation in Nevuah. You can only have revelation in the dream. The Shekhinah, revelation, Nevuah, can only happen in Eretz Israel. That's why one day when Hashem will forgive me, and my wife, as Hashem, both of us can open a place in Tel Aviv. That's our dream. For many, many years we dream on that already. That we don't have the merit. We believe we have to do the work we have to do in New York. And after that, Bez Hashem and Hashem help, we can do the Avodah in Eretz Israel. So all of you can come visit. We're going to build a place of Kabbalah, real Kabbalah, Mekubalim, Kabbalah, study, pray. ויצחק היה חי, אבל כן כתוב בו חלום. יצחק was still alive. That's why it say dream. ולאחר כך שבא לארץ הקודש, but when he came to the Holy Land, עם השבטים with the tribe, והכרת הבנית שלמה עמהם, and he was married, והם הבנים שמחה, שיש להם בת זוגו, והיה בארץ ישראל, he was in ארץ ישראל, he was married, כתוב וירא אלוקים אל יעקב. Then אלוקים revealed himself to יעקב. וכתוב ויאמר אלוקים לישראל במראות הלילה. He revealed to him at night. כאן לא כתוב בו חלום, no more dream. It was a different level. So first, there's two subjects here. First is dream and second is nevuah. So dream, when you want to know about dream, we know Angel Gabriel is the angel who is in charge of dream. So some people write a note under the bed, some people under the pillow, and if they want to have question, Shelat Chalom, I don't want to teach you the whole Kabbalah of Shelat Chalom. And those of you ask why you are the last one, I want to reveal the secret, but it's good to write on a piece of paper, whatever you want to know, and put it under your pillow, under your dream. Sometimes it's come written on a paper physically, or sometimes it will happen as a dream to you, and you will be able to dream what is the answer for whatever you ask. It's also a wonderful thing, but remember, it's not like Nevuah. Nevuah, there is Mekubalim, there is Kabbalists, Baruch Hashem, that able just to be in the room and the information come to their mind, come to their mind. I remember at one point, there is a lot of revelation. Let's put it this way. I'm going to make that story short. Let's make that story short. Anyway, so I said there is two conditions to that. What is the second condition? So marriage is one of them. Why marriage? I mean, we need to explain. Why getting married is so important? Well, every human being who come to this world has to practice something called love the neighbor as thyself. There is two places you can practice love the neighbor as thyself. One is with the wife, and second is with the children. You have to remember, those is the beginning of love the neighbor as thyself. Of course, people who are married more than that is with their teacher. Love their neighbor as thyself with their teacher. How do you love your teacher? How do you do unconditional love with the teacher? It's emunah. It's called emunat chachamim. It's a mitzvah. You can read about it, emunat chachamim. It doesn't mean that you believe in your rabbi for business or something like this, but when it's come to halachot, when it's come to Kabbalah, when it's come to nevuah for yourself, okay? But let's say the rabbi said to you, I think I'm going to put a stone here, not spiritual, just that it will be strong, the building will be stronger. No. He doesn't know how to build building. He knows how to manifest the spirituality within the building. But with that stone, what does he know? I remember when I built the place in Boca, two rabbi before me always get involved in the building. So when I came, I said, I don't want to be involved in it at all. So people tell me, are you out of your mind? This investment is $5 million. You should be involved. I said, I don't want to be involved. I'm going to study enough Torah, enough spirituality. Hashem. Remember the creator, creation. What do I know about creator? I don't know what he wants. Maybe he doesn't want it. Maybe he wants it. I don't know. So Eliyahu, but we're going to lose $5 million. I said, if we lose, we lose. In the end, Baruch Hashem, of course, everything came in a level that nobody understood how it happened. And people said to me, wow, what did you do? I said, I didn't do anything. That's what I do. The boss did. When you let the boss doing everything, everything is work right. Now, talking about the boss, talking about creation and creator, when is the one time that you actually get a chance to become a creator within creation? It's called tzedakah. Charity. Charity. Pasuk kuf yotet. Sulam. כתוב, every person has to give tzedakah בכל עת. All the time you have to give tzedakah. How can you give tzedakah? You have business to run. So of course, I mean, the minimum tzedakah halacha-wise, person has to give it between 0.75 cent, translated to your shekel, or $1.25. Depends. I mean, the Sulam, the amount of money change, based on the currency. So it's around $1 a day. You have to give minimum $1 a day. Usually the time to give the money, those of you pray, is Vayetze David, you give $1, and in Mincha you give $1. You don't have to give both, by the way. The tradition of Mekubalim is to give in Mincha. It's a very important time to give because the dinim, there's a lot of judgment. Do not give the money in Arvit, only in Mincha. Remember that. Before the Chazan start Amidah, boom, put $1. Or if you came late, so before Alenu L'Shabbat, give the $1. Not after. After, you lost your chance. Next day you do it. And Vayetze David, you have to give it Va'ata Moshel Bakol. Better to give 3 coin. If you don't have 3 coin, you put the $1 there, and there is 3 coin there. You can use the 3 coin to use Va'ata Moshel Bakol. So tzedakah you have to give every morning, every afternoon. Those are the 2 times of tzedakah. But here is also tzedakah b'kol ha'et. Here it said the pasuk said you have to do tzedakah all the time. How? וכי בכל העת יכול אדם לעשות צדקה. הזוהר said, can you give tzedakah all the time? ומשיב אלא מי שהולך בדרכי תורה. The person who go on the path of the Torah, ועושה צדקה אם לא צריכים צדקה, and he gives charity to the one who need the charity. It's very interesting. Give tzedakah to the one who need the charity. Who is the one who needs the charity? נבחן לעושה צדקה בכל עת. It's considered that he's always give tzedakah, all day long. כי כל מי שעושה צדקה עם העני, whoever give tzedakah to the poor, now before that they say, whoever gives tzedakah to whoever is need. So now we call them poor. So poor is whoever in need. We need to understand. Umarbe tzedakah. Then the tzedakah is more than what he gave. Dainu anukva. Who is that ani? The nukva, the female aspect of God. And he gets tzedakah. We call it tzedakah. Why we call it tzedakah to the nukva, to the female aspect of God? Because tzedek A, the last A is malchut. So that person creates zivug in the upper and the lower world, and there is unity right away. Bore קוף כף. מי שמשתדל בצדקה, whoever משתדל meaning making השתדלות, very important word, להשתדל, to try. I know some people hate that word, and I used to have a mentor who hate the word השתדלות. He was worried that if somebody says mishtadel, he will not do anything. Like say, I will try to be there, and then they're never going to be there. So he didn't like the word mishtadel, but it was actually good for that mentor to know that if a person promising mishtadel and is not showing up, it's your tikkun. It's a rejection for you, teacher. So the idea is mishtadel b'tzedakah, when a person trying to do a tzedakah, trying. Oto tzedakah she'oseh ola lemala. That tzedakah that they give here, go up to where? Creator. From creation to creator. ומגעת למעלה לאותו מקום של יעקב. It's go all the way to the place of יעקב דווקא. שהוא מרכבה העליונה, which is the upper chariot. דהיינו הנוקבה הנקראת מקום. This is the nukva that we call it place or space. הוא ממשיך ברכות למקום ההוא מן המעיין של כל העיינות. And he's drawing blessing to that place מן המעיין של כל מעיינות. It's a spring of all the spring that exists, not physical, of course. דהיינו מבינה שכל המוחים ממנה הם. So that tzedakah go to בינה. ומהות tzedakah, and from that charity, דהיינו הנוקבה אחת שקיבלה ברכות מבינה, because now the female, which is malchut, cannot receive anything because of tzimtzum, is receiving now the blessing from Bina, because when you give chesed, you're doing or choser, it's going up to Bina, then Bina starts to give to Malchut, ממשיך ומרבה הברכות לכל התחתונים. Not only he received the blessing, everybody else received the blessing, כל המרכבות, all the chariot, של המלאכים, and the angels, וכל צבאות, all the צבאות, the different level, העליונים, כולם מתברכים, everybody get blessing, והאורות נתווספים כראוי, and because of its tzedakah, the light are going to the places of חיות אורות וכלים, whoever know, the vessels get the right light, ומשום שכולם היינו, כל התחתונים והמלאכים, הנ"ל נקראים עת, because all that, the angels above and below, כל עת mean timing. Now you know, הנותן צדקה בכל עת, the person who gives צדקה in every time, because every time it's a עת. So the עת, עין תו, it's a very unique time, it's a very unique concept of what's happening. שנקרא עת, על כן כתוב עושה צדקה בכל עת, שפשוט שמרבה השפע בכל דרגי בעולמות. So by doing that צדקה, what is that they call it in every place? בכל meaning בריאה, יצירה ועשייה, מתפשטים מן הנוקבה, נקראים עת כמו הנוקבה. בורא בזמן שהוא... So what we learn here? What we learn? I don't want to make it too long on tzedakah. What do we learn? You know, when you give tzedakah, you have to, when you give charity, you have to think about a few things. I mean, you gotta get first out of you being the boss, of you being the creator. Be careful. You're giving tzedakah, Hashem gave you, you give tzedakah, whatever it is, $1.25 or 75 cents, doesn't matter when you give tzedakah. Of course, if you can give 1 million or 5 million or 10 million or 71 million, give it. If you have, you have, you know. And when you give it, מברכים את כל העולמות בריאה, יצירה, עשייה, and through that you're getting the light back. So don't look at the tzedakah you give, it's the blessing. The tzedakah you give is an activation to go above, and from that the blessing is coming. How is that connected Vayetze? Who knows? How is it connected Vayetze? Because one of the toughest things to do is to give purely, not like the mouse of Rambam example. Because when you're only in the outside you give, but inside you not really give. It's like my friend described, a wonderful guy from Flatbush. He said to me, you know, there is people when you knock on the door say, I'm thirsty, they give you half a glass of water. There are people that you say, I'm thirsty, they say, come in, I give you orange juice and food and everything, different. Because when you give, you have to have Vayetze from your cheapness and pride and all these things, because it's not about saving that poor person. It's not about my family going to give blanket yesterday. He saved us. I need help. And I didn't know why Hashem doesn't want to help me. So when Hashem revealed to me the poor person who need, I said, Hashem, toda rabba. Thank you, Hashem, that you allowed us to give. That's how we need to look at tzedakah. If we don't look like this in tzedakah, then the tzedakah gives you pride. And when the pride comes in, no midot. And there is no midot, there is no Vayetzei. If there is no Vayetzei, mice at the mouth of Rambam. Yes, you give, you're charity, you're wonderful, this, you smile, you talk with men of do. You say, Hesed, Geburah, Tiferet, you sound like a Mekubal. But internally, nothing is really going on. Vayetze, Ezrat Hashem, this week we have the merit to get out of that need of the pride, get out of the judgment, get out of the meticulousness, and through that, we'll have the merit to lichvosh, to conquer our selfish side, and allowing the real side before Hanukkah to come along and guide us for a better life. תודה רבה. All the best.